What if we are faced in the future with not the fate of the conquerors, but the role of an enslaved civilization? Perhaps soon we will be forced to put up with the presence of neighbors, uninvited guests, who will quickly become the masters of our planet. What will happen in the situation of such an expansion? Will alien creatures simply not pay attention to us? Just as we don't notice an anthill teeming with insects, or will they enrich earthly culture with new knowledge? Let's try to answer these and other questions in the most believable way. As soon as we talk about aliens, we recall the impressive works of great science fiction writers describing the harmful effects of an earthly life invasions. But is a destructive scenario really necessary? Perhaps everything will turn into a benefit for humanity. What can we expect with the arrival of aliens? No wonder there is an expression that nothing new can be found under the moon. This is also true for aliens. Do you think that land invasions occurred only in the blockbusters like Oblivion or Independence Day? Stupid mistake. In fact, this has happened before, back in the days of Columbus. Just think about it. When the Aztecs were faced with much more technologically advanced people, conquistadors, then even with weapons and warriors, they could neither defeat a handful of Europeans nor stop them. If the Aztecs decided to rebel, it would only postpone the inevitable end of their civilization. Why did it happen? It's simple. Hernan Cortés and his team were literally almost alien organisms in relation to the naive and the primitive Aztecs who lagged behind the Europeans for several centuries. A similar situation can happen with earthly peoples and cultures after the arrival of aliens. If alien troops land on our planet, they will be much more highly developed beings than we are. Therefore, the human cultural foundation and technological developments will seem primitive and irrelevant to the guests. This means that the first version of the scenario is disappointing. We will not stay in the status of neighbors for long. Humanity expects stagnation and extinction as a species. Imagine that you woke up in the morning and a huge alien ship hangs over your house, covering the sky. It doesn't matter that it looks suspiciously to some well-known blockbusters. The main thing is that the long-awaited event happened. And what do you think will be the reaction of Earthlings? First of all, panic will take hold of us. Then, if the aliens do not show aggression, fear will be replaced by curiosity. But let's think about the other thing. There are a lot of nationalities on the earth whose representatives often fight each other not only for territories or resources, but also for religious reasons or because of cultural differences. Psychologically, not every person is ready to accept the opinion of traditions, beliefs, religion, and culture of other people. And what can we say about the aliens of completely other worlds? There can be so many differences between humans and aliens that the representatives of humanity will simply experience a cultural shock. But there is a single plus in this scheme. Centuries of history could not reconcile primitive peoples, but aliens' neighbors will succeed. Humanity will unite in the face of a clear or far-fetched threat. It's not necessary that robots or humanoids will come to us. Intellectually developed plants can also visit the Earth, and who knows if we can get along on the planet. Imagine that one day with a small meteor shower, their spores will fly in and immediately begin to actively develop. Suppose they will be similar to any of familiar plants, and here, the aliens, having got out of the space package in the form of a meteorite, will gradually begin to conquer Earth territories, quickly and reliably breeding our plants and statues. growing into the walls and houses, destroying asphalt and concrete. They will even have to be removed from human hair and bodies. Further, having gotten a little accustomed, alien plants will begin to attack people, accurately spit seeds, restrict movement, and after weeding, almost immediately grow in the same place. When people think about a more radical destruction of dangerous plant neighbors, a surprise may await them. Aliens will not only not be afraid of herbicides, concentrated sulfuric acid, gases like sarin and soma, but they will also love them. Do you think these are empty fantasies? But who knows? Humanity, aggressive and eager to dominate by nature, mentioning aliens all the time, is inclined to the version of a belligerent or malicious invasion. But what if this visit looks like neither the Edge of the Tomorrow film, but let's say the film Arrival? The Earth will be visited by peaceful aliens who want to quench our thirst for a nuclear arsenal, showing the reasonable good eternal. What will humanity expect in this case? Initially, it is clear that the civilization that visits us would be much more developed in every sense. It would be logical not to resist, but as obedient students, to absorb new knowledge with gratitude. But it is unlikely that it will be this way. World governments will be the first to know about the invasion, but most likely will block the flow of information about this to the public. Why? Everything is simple. Developed in peaceful aliens will surely try to change not only our system of moral values, but also the social system, which means that the capitalism so beneficial to the tycoons will inevitably collapse. The neighbors will greatly benefit humanity and make additional changes in the lives of each of us, except for a handful of rich people trying to manipulate others and make maximum profit. After all, aliens would make the global information field public. Accordingly, there would be no need to pay for movies, magazines, books, and other intellectually entertaining products. The internet would become absolutely free. Dependence on hydrocarbon resources has significantly weakened. Aliens would remove mankind from the food energy needle. But all this is extremely disadvantageous to the richest clans in the world, because even the introduction of non-waste electric motors or the production of alternative fuels they succeed in breaking. But if, nevertheless, the mind wins, then people will only benefit from such a neighborhood. Perhaps the very developed socialism or communism will come, or maybe something else. There are many options for a possible neighborhood. Which one will become real still remains unclear. Some scientists warn Earthlings from any contact with an alien mind and do not advise loudly declaring themselves about the whole galaxy. Only time will tell who's right. Subscribe to my channel to be the first to watch premieres and share comments.